guys, I hope you're all doing well. Today's video, as you can see from the title, is going to be a Vinted haul alongside some secondhand shopping tips. So I'm basically going to talk you through the bits that I've recently received from Vinted and give you some tips at the same time. If you want a really concise, neat, easy version of this video, I recommend going over and checking out my podcast, The Good Vibes Club, on Spotify and Apple Podcasts, because I did an entire episode basically talking about these tips alongside sharing a few other ones about things like shopping designer, etc, etc, etc. Without further ado, I'm going to show you the bits that have recently come into my life from Vinted. I have 5 items to share with you that I picked up over the last couple of weeks, and honestly love all of them so much. Yeah, without further ado, let's get into it and I'll show you what they look like, and then we'll do a little try on as well, because I haven't tried on 2 of these things, so I'm intrigued to see what they look like on. If they don't fit, they'll be going back on Vinted, but fingers crossed they do, because I really love them. Now, first up is one you've probably seen before, because I have worn this already on my Instagram, but I had to include it in this video because it's such a steal and I'm so proud of this one. Basically this dish skirt. Now I got this because I've been eyeing up dish products for quite a long time, and if you know the brand, everything is linen, it's beautifully made, really gorgeous quality. It's an Aussie brand, so obviously you have to pay customs and stuff. I think everything's kind of expensive, so I had a little look. I really wanted one of their skirts. They're about £100 and I came across this one on Vinted. Now, one of my top tips for searching Vinted is to search by brand name and then sizing. So I typically, depending what I'm looking for, will search for either my size. If I want blazers and stuff like that, I won't put any size in at all and I'll just have a browse. But I put in my size and I put in dish, and I came across this skirt. Now this was £15 on Vinted. Great condition, like literally nothing wrong with it, so perfect. And dish skirts are literally about £100, so I've saved myself a pretty penny just by buying a second-hand one. And honestly, the quality is gorgeous, but I love maxi skirts at the moment. I think they're so nice, and I thought this would be a great one for styling for spring through to autumn with various different things. I could easily wear this on holiday with like a little bikini or something. I could put a little t-shirt on, maybe like a cute little straw hat or something. Yeah, various styling options for this one, and I just thought it was gorgeous. So £15, absolute steal. I love it, and I think it's just great. I wore it the other day with some docs and a black t-shirt and my leather jacket, and it just looked so nice. So very impressed with that one. But yeah, tip number 1, shop based on the store. Don't type in too much, literally just search for a store and browse away. Now, the second thing I got was this cute little summer dress from Shopo, and I've been on the hunt for some cute little summer dresses that are great for dressing up or down, because I don't really own many dresses, but the couple that I do have I really love. So I thought, do you know what, let's have a little browse, let's see what there is. I was actually looking on this specific occasion for a dress for an event that I've got this week. You guys will already have seen that in the weekly vlog. It was the Like to Know gala. I have actually got my outfit hung up over here ready to go, but I didn't end up wearing a second hand. I ended up being really kindly gifted by Nadine Marabi, but I was looking for a dress for that, and I have a dress already from Shopo which I love, so I thought let me just type in Shopo, see what's there, similar to my last tip, and I came across this dress. Now this dress was being sold by about 3 or 4 different people in a variety of prices. So this one was £5, but there was also a seller selling it for 40, and then there was one that was about 26 or something, but £5, and it's a gorgeous, like, it's kind of like a creamy, very pale yellow, very beige kind of colour with the beautiful wildflowers on it. Love the ruching detailing here, and it's just got a little zip at the back. In my size, and £5. £5. This probably would have been about £30-ish, I think, brand new. I'll have a little look on the website because I'm not entirely sure, but if I can find it or similar, I'll pop on the screen somewhere. I think it was about £30 to £40, I can't remember, but really gorgeous little dress. I haven't tried this one on yet because it only turned up yesterday, but I just think it's going to be beautiful, and if I like the fit, depending on the length, I can always just take it up a little bit, because I just thought it's absolutely gorgeous. It will look really nice with some little sandals and a little blazer or something if I've got something a bit smarter to go to. Really cute, and I just thought a great addition to the wardrobe to add a tiny bit of colour and print, but still keeping very simple to match my usual style. Then my next tip is definitely to haggle. So I sell a lot on Vinted. I do find sometimes haggling can be, I don't know, it's a bit of a marmite. You either love doing it or you hate doing it, but I always think it's worth offering something. I wouldn't say to offer the lowest possible, because I think that's a little bit cheeky. However, I would say no more, depending on the price. Like if it's £20, I'd say go down by 5. If it's like £10, I would say don't go down by more than like 2. Just because I think people are selling it, they're more likely to accept an offer just because they want it gone. But I do think be pretty reasonable, because in my opinion, I would only offer what I would be willing to sell that item for. So if I would be willing to sell something, like say I've got this jumper, I don't know, for like 20 quid. If I would be willing to sell this for £15, I would make an offer for £15 to someone else. If I knew that I wouldn't sell it for any less, I probably wouldn't, or I'd just go like a pound or two cheaper. Normally people meet you in the middle, or they say no, or to be honest, sometimes they accept. So it's definitely worth having a try, because people will 95% of the time take a little bit less than they're asking. But that's kind of what I did with this one. So this jumper was listed for 15, and it's a gorgeous And Other Stories jumper in this really nice like burnt, like, I don't know, it's kind of like a browny orangey colour. Really like it. It's a bit different to anything I own already, but I thought it would go really well with the colours and the styles I already have. And I really like And Other Stories knitwear, but it's quite expensive. I think the knitwear is about £60 or so. This one was listed for 15. I offered and ended up getting it for 10. So really worth doing, because people do sometimes go down in price. Really gorgeous quality, really nice condition, and it's so soft, and I don't know, I just really like it. It's not a colour I typically wear, but I saw it and thought, do you know what, that would go so well in my wardrobe, and if I did get it home and I didn't like it and I didn't wear it, then obviously I could always sell it on. But yeah, really gorgeous condition and really gorgeous colour and quality, but definitely recommend haggling, because people will always, well, 95% of the time take less. Which leads me on to my next item. So this one is another And Other Stories knit, which I absolutely love. This is, again, I think I got both of them in a small. This one's definitely a small. Yeah, they're both in a size small. The And Other Stories knits, like I've said, I really like, and I just like finding a little bit of colour to add into my wardrobe. I don't know what it is at the moment, but I'm really leaning towards colour, and I think adding those little hints in colours that I know suit me is working really well. So like bright greens, for example, I know suit me. Oranges, like I have quite a spring colour palette, so I suit the bright colours, which is really surprising because it's never something I'd normally go for. But I've been adding in the odd little piece here and there and just seeing how I feel. So I added in this green jumper because I have a shirt and shorts set, which I absolutely love, which is in this colour. Great for my spring wardrobe. I just really liked it, so I picked this one up for, I think it was £8. However, when I got it home, there is a hole under one of the armpits. I don't know which one it is. Is it this one? Yeah, there's a little hole under the armpit. So I messaged the seller and just said, like, I don't know if you know this was there, like, can we do something about this? She was really lovely and said that she would accept a return or she'd give me some money off, so she did that, which is really lovely. But to be honest, I barely paid anything for it, so I don't really mind. I can stitch that up really easily, and it's under the arm, so it's kind of hidden. I will say this one, I found it a little bit harder to style, just because, like, I'm not really a bright green kind of person normally. Like, I find colour quite intimidating sometimes. However, I think, you know, just some black jeans or something, this will be quite easy. Maybe some black jeans, maybe some like brown suede, I don't really know. We're gonna have a play around and see, but I really like it, and it didn't really cost me very much. So yeah, again, great condition, great quality. I highly recommend checking Vinted for knitwear. The only thing I'll say is if you're going to somewhere like And Other Stories or something, I personally buy it on Vinted just because it's cheaper and they're quite timeless. I will say though, to look at the condition and make sure that when you're buying it there's no like heavy bobbling. Obviously you can buy fabric shavers. I'll leave my favourite one linked down below. Great for keeping your knitwear in good condition, but sometimes people sell them and you can tell it's been a bit shrunk in the wash, or it's like heavily bobbled. So just make sure that you check out the condition. If you can't see the condition very well, just ask for a couple more pictures, because most of the time people are more than happy to send them. But it's definitely worth it, because obviously once you buy, it's quite hard to then return sometimes if you're buying second hand. So just make sure that you make sure if that makes sense. Okay, we've got two things left that I really want to share with you. The next one is kind of hard to show because it doesn't really look good on a hanger, so I think I'm gonna have to show you it on me. But this is what it looks like. This is so difficult to show on the hanger because it just doesn't look great like this. But I basically found this top. So I saw Georgia Steele from Love Island wearing a really gorgeous set on her Instagram that was like this white two-piece. It was from House of CB, and I thought, you know what, I'm not going to pay the extortionate House of CB prices. Let me have a look on Vinted. And I couldn't find in my size the exact thing that she was wearing, but I did come across this top and I paid £8 for it. But it's a really cute little like long sleeved, kind of like a bralette top, I guess, and I thought this would be so cute for a holiday that I've got in a few weeks time with some friends. We're going to Corfu for a couple of days, and I just thought it would look so nice, specifically with white trousers that I already own, or like some cute little white shorts or something. So I had an outfit in mind. I haven't tried it on together, but I think it will be okay, and it's just really cute. It's like a little tie front detailing. Definitely not one for bigger boobs, but like it basically just ties up at the front and then it's got these puff sleeves. The only thing I will say is I kind of wish that I'd ironed it before I confirmed on Vinted that it was good quality. This one does have a couple of rips and it's got a few makeup stains on it, which is really annoying, but because it turned up in a bin bag, a classic Vinted, it turns up really unironed, and I had a quick look over, it looked fine, but it wasn't till I ironed it that I realised. But really cute, and I think definitely one that I'm going to love and wear a lot. The only thing I do want to do is slightly loosen the elastic around the arm because it was quite tight, but other than that, really cute. And I think for holidays it's going to be a gorgeous little top. Equally, to be honest, in summer, if I was wearing high-waisted jeans and like black sandals, if I pop a little belt on, I think it would be really cute for going for like a pub garden vibe or something. But £8, House of CB. I don't really think I can complain that much because House of CB is quite expensive. So this top brand new was probably like £30–40. So £8, I don't really mind. The rips are like round the, I don't actually know where can I see them? It was on one of the sleeves, but the sleeves are quite floaty. But there's just a lot of like little marks which you can't really see. But yeah, there's like a rip here. There's a couple of rips and then there's a few on the arm as well. But again, like I said, £8, I can't really complain that much, but I do wish I'd double checked it because I would have returned it to the sender had I have noticed before. And then last but not least is a slightly controversial one, and I don't know if the episode will have gone live yet, but I did talk about buying swimwear on Vinted on my episode and how I personally don't mind doing it as long as it's like a brand that I would rather buy cheaper, if that makes sense. My friend Jess was like an adamant no, and I told a really funny story about one of the first times I ever did. But I really love Kalani Kinis, which is a gorgeous swimwear brand. They are, however, quite expensive. So Kalani Kinis, I think they retail at like £40 to £50 per item. They're quite expensive. I wouldn't personally spend that much on a bikini because I just feel like, I don't know, I just personally wouldn't spend that on a bikini unless it was like my Hunter G swimsuit, which I know will last me for a very long time, whereas a more fashion-led one, I don't know how many years I'm going to get out of that before I feel like it's too young for me, if that makes sense. So I'm a bit like, I'm careful about where I buy my swimwear, basically, if I'm investing in it. Like Hunter G, it's one size, I can be pregnant in it, I can put weight on, I can lose weight, like it will always fit me, and it's quite timeless and classic. Like I could wear that when I'm 50 and it will still look good, whereas something like a flowery little like cheeky bum bikini, potentially not wearing it when I'm 50. So anyway, that's kind of my logic behind buying some of these brands secondhand. So I had a little look at Kalani Kinis and I thought, you know what, we'll see what's around on Vinted, we'll see what they've got. I do recommend swimwear on Vinted to really double check and just ask to see like multiple angles, because there was a few that I saw specifically on Hunter G where on the pictures you could tell that the inside was like stained, or there was like discoloration that they maybe hadn't mentioned. So I think it's definitely worth asking for more pictures. People aren't always best at taking pictures, which I do think sometimes. This is one thing I talk about heavily online when I talk about secondhand. Pictures can be deceiving, so they can sometimes be worse but sometimes be better because people aren't good at taking pictures or the lighting's not very good. So I always think, message them, ask for a couple more. Most people will say yes, and you can just see like a few more pictures of the item, and then sometimes you'll actually get a bargain because the picture that they're using and the price that they've put doesn't correlate to what you're actually getting. So sometimes it really pays to do that. But this bikini was £15, and like I said, would retail a lot higher. Really gorgeous bright orange colour, which like I said to you a minute ago, she's loving colour for some reason. I'm not normally a colour gal, but for some reason right now it speaks to me. Swimwear specifically, I really love bright coloured swimwear. I think with a tan it just looks so gorgeous. But this bikini is so stunning, and it was £15 for the full bikini. Now I've had a look on Kalani Kinis and this whole set is still available on there. I think they didn't have this colour. This was called like mango something, I can't remember. Really cute, and it's just like a little like top like this, which is very cute. And then the bottoms just look like so they're kind of like the cheeky bottom ones. So cute, very cheeky. So like I said before, not something I would be willing to spend loads of money on because I just don't know how much wear I'll get out of it, but really cute, and £15 for the full set. So I think swimwear is just what you make it. If you want to buy swimwear, then I think go for it. I would personally only buy it if I can tell it's only been worn once or twice. I'm very conscious of things that have been worn a lot, or cheaper items. Like I never buy anything from like H&M or anything like that. It's always the more expensive brands because I think they've just been looked after a little bit better. I do need to go through my bikinis and have a little clear out because I have got quite a few but I know there's some that don't fit me anymore, or I don't like the fit of them, or I've never worn them because I don't like the fit of them. So I'm going to have a go through. So probably in like May, June time, there should be quite a few bits of swimwear and beach cover-ups and stuff coming up on my Vinted. So keep your eyes peeled on there. I do upload little bits every now and then onto my Vinted, so if you want to know what it is, it's jessmsheppard, same as my username on here. Things get added all the time. I'm quite sporadic with my uploads on there. I don't really do like a bulk upload anymore. It's more just like if I see something in my cupboard and I'm like, I really don't wear you anymore, I'll just chuck it up there and then. So definitely check that out. Hopefully you found this video useful with a couple of tips. As I mentioned, I do have an entire video with tons and tons of tips, so check that one out because I think that that will be more your cup of tea if that's what you're looking for, because I go into full detail. I think it's about a 40-minute episode, and it's quite nice to just listen to when you're driving along, alongside all the other things that I talk about on there too. But hopefully you liked this little secondhand haul. If you like this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, subscribe, hit the notification bell for more from me, and if you'd like to see more Vinted and secondhand hauls in the future, let me know and I can pop one together for you, because I do shop secondhand quite often and I think it'd be cute to do a couple more. Bye guys.